And one. Here's the open.
Now, from Louisiana's News Channel, this is your 9 News Alert at 4.
Quad boxes.
A beautiful Monday for you. I'm Liz Coe, back in the studio today with Dr. Steve in the Weather Center. Today he's tracking your first alert weather and traffic. Plus, we have a big show today helping you understand the president's executive order and what that means for your money. But first, let's get straight to Graham Elkins in the First Alert Center for a look at today's numbers, including a little mishap from the state. Hey, Graham.
Hey there, Liz. Good to see you. The U.S. reached, unfortunately, a new
milestone. All right, this is 126.
This weekend, 5 million reported cases. And what's kind of alarming is how quickly that those new cases are climbing. For example, it took 43 days to get from 1 million to 2 million cases. Then it only took 28 days to get from 2 to 3. Only 15 days to get 3 million to 4 million. And then 17 days to reach that 5 million mark. Far higher than any other country in the world by millions. So looking at where the new cases
1 minute
are
left
still
in this
popping
package.
up, you see in Louisiana we are orange, we're decreasing. The green states doing better. The red states is where cases are still increasing. You see here in the Midwest, the North Midwest, also New Jersey, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts with a growing number of cases. Look at the numbers in Louisiana today. Just over 500 cases reported, but the Department of Health says they believe that number is higher. There's some inconsistencies in the lab numbers today. They're trying to get to the bottom of that and
30
will
left.
update us. The number of deaths still going up slightly. 24 deaths reported over the last 24 hours. The coroner in East Baton Rouge said his office has investigated 34 deaths in East Baton Rouge Parish over the last week. The number of hospitalizations, though, still going down, and the overall curve of new cases is still going down. That is good news, and we hope that that trend continues. And Liz, we will hear from the governor twice this week, tomorrow, and
Steve,
on
we've got
Thursday at 2:30.
3 VOs before we get to you. Will we be able to do the triple box to him at the wall?
The state says a fourth child has died from a rare condition connected to the coronavirus.
It's probably coded for weather
inflammatory
center.
syndrome, or
It says Cam 3, Cam 2 weather
44 kids have been diagnosed with the problem here in Louisiana, ranging
So
in
you want me
age
to just
from
kill
1
that page
month
and
to
I'll just
19
put
years
that
old.
in the
Now, doctors
open?
don't exactly know what causes the illness, but each child who has had it also tested positive for COVID-19, or they've been in contact with someone else who did. Ms. C causes organs to swell up and fail, almost always leading to a stay in the hospital. Now, you can find those warning signs on our 9 News app. Meanwhile, virtual learning in East Baton Rouge officially began today. Most teachers spent the day getting their students comfortable with using the virtual platform. A few teachers let our Donovan Jackson shadow them today. He's going to bring you their perspective tonight on 9 News at 5 and 6. New
Last VO, Steve, stand by. We'll do a swipe to you, no boxes.
To follow the governor's mask mandate is now issued a temporary restraining order. The Livingston Parish Sheriff's Office carried out that order. Sheriff Jason Ard says it was his legal duty to give the order, first initiated by the governor's office. Now, in the world of weather.
Hey Liz, plenty of heat in the short term.
Sorry, Liz, I
That's
had
the
to
word
kill the
of day.
triple
Hot.
boxes.
Here's a
I
live
didn't
look
realize
from
your
our
mic wasn't
tower
up for
cam.
that.
Just a few clouds, plenty of sunshine at this hour with that back into the mid-90s. 94 at the airport in Baton Rouge. Feels like 101. Humidity a little bit higher now. Winds out of the west at 12. At lunch, we had calm winds, so at least we've got that little bit
Allison.
of a breeze right now. Just about everybody around the state in the 90s at this hour.
Okay,
Hammond
no
90,
problem.
but
We'll figure it
Gonzales,
out.
New
Thanks.
Roads checking in at 93. When you factor the humidity, now starting to see the heat
Okay,
index values topping
Travis
100.
said his computer
Highest heat
crashed
index
his
values
idiot.
closer to the coast.
Right now we
Feels
only
like
have
105
VO for the
right
football
now in
thing.
Houma.
We may have
Not
to
much rain to
skip
help out today. It's been pretty
the
quiet
I'm not
on the
going to
radar.
float it.
Really nothing showing up around the metro area. One little
Maybe
shower
you can read
showing
that
up
under
here
the
in St.
VO.
Helena Parish. Another
And then
here
I'll
in
float it.
Amite
Is that
County
the
and
best thing?
southeastern
What's the
Amite
best for
County.
you?
As we
Go
take
ahead
it
and
closer
float
to
it?
the coast, we got a shower now bubbling near Patterson. Had
Yeah,
a storm
I'm
near
going to give him
Gulak
some more
that's,
time. He still has
beginning
traffic.
to diminish, and that's about it.
15
Here's
for
a look
weather.
at future radar. You'll note 6 o'clock, still some isolated showers. Does try to develop a little shower over Baton Rouge, but by the time we get to sunset, most of us should be dry. Do have better rain chances ahead, though. Tomorrow, again, around 30%, but up to 50% by Wednesday, 60% by Thursday. We'll talk more about that coming up in Maine weather. Let's update you on
All right, 50
traffic
for
now.
traffic.
It's 4:04. Moving along just fine here. I-10 at College. That's eastbound. Here's westbound. There's a Marriott. No issues showing up here. Now, as we take it closer to downtown, this is the 10-110 merge. I was looking at this a couple of minutes ago. We're starting to see some minor delays. Looks like it's moving a little bit better right now. But
30.
we know to keep an eye out on that traffic, probably going to build. But right now, largely pretty good news. A lot of green on the map. You can see coming off the bridge. It was showing some of those minor delays I was seeing on the camera not long ago, but most of I-10 through the city is fine.
15.
I-12 right now doing okay. We'll see how that keeps up in
Still
the
no
next hour.
salt,
And
Liz.
also I-10 between Baton Rouge and Ascension. No issues to report. We'll check back both on weather and traffic in just a little bit, Liz.
All right, Dr. Steve, pulling double duty. Thank you, sir. Growing
you
concerns
need
at
me
the
to
Sour
float
that
it
the college
or
football
what?
season may be put on hold. Reports say the Big Ten will not have a season, and it would be the first major conference to make that call. The SEC Commissioner, Greg Sankey, says the conference will be deliberate when it comes to decision making. Now, parents of LSU players are reacting to all of the confusion. The SEC school presidents are reportedly meeting today, but we do not expect any decisions out of that. Also, President Donald Trump weighing in on the college football season today, tweeting, "The student athletes have been working too hard for their season to be canceled. Hashtag we want to play." The U.S. now has more than 5 million coronavirus cases, 1/4 of all confirmed cases in the world. 5 states account for more than 40% of all U.S. cases: California, Florida, Texas, New York, and Georgia. Chris Martinez has the latest from Los Angeles.
North Paulding
Package
High
is
School
in. Did you get a
Georgia
runtime
is
on that? It's
closed today
1:32,
and
right?
tomorrow for cleaning after 9 positive coronavirus cases were reported in the first week of school. The outbreak was confirmed after
Teamwork,
students were seen in a
dreamwork.
crowded hallway, many not wearing masks.
They kind of just sent us into school and used us as guinea pigs to see what would happen later on.
Large crowds have gathered in South Dakota for the annual Sturgis motorcycle rally. South Dakota has no statewide mask mandate or special rules for indoor gatherings.
I've been here since the beginning
1
of
minute
July.
left in the
People
package.
are tired of being at home. You know, this is what this rally started about, is freedom.
In California, a pastor near Los Angeles held indoor services in defiance of state health rules and a court order.
Our congregation's educated. They're making a decision as citizens of this country.
California's public health director abruptly stepped down over the weekend following a glitch in the system that caused a major backlog in reporting coronavirus test results.
Dr. Sonia Angel did not give a reason for her resignation.
30
California
left in the
has the
package.
most coronavirus cases in the nation and the 3rd highest death toll with more than 10,000 victims. Among them, Sergeant Gilbert Polanco. He's the first San Quentin prison guard to die
15.
of COVID-19.
Probably one of the wisest people to
Now you're gonna
ever
have
wear
2 different
uniform
side
and to
panels
treat
coming up.
people
One's a
with
left
respect.
side and one's a right
His
side.
wife and
So
daughter also
I think he's
tested
on the same
positive
camera
but
though.
are recovering. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
According to California's Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation data, there have been nearly 2,000 cases among employees across the state, and about 8,800 cases among inmates since the pandemic began. 52 inmates have died. So what's next in the fight against the novel coronavirus? Well,
Steve,
according
we've
to the
got
New
2
York Times,
stories before we get to
researchers
the
around
first
world
weather
are developing
tease.
more than
It's only going to be a
165
weather tease. We'll
vaccines
swipe
against
to you, max 1.
COVID-19. 30 of them are in human trials. The U.S. Surgeon General, Dr. Jerome Adams, was in Georgia earlier today talking about when Americans could potentially expect that vaccine.
This pandemic has hit us hard, but we know what works to keep everyone safe. We are excited for a vaccine. We're excited for therapeutics.
It'll just
and they're
be a
being
weather
developed
tease.
at a record pace. I talk to Tony Fauci almost daily, and he still expects a vaccine by the end of this year or the beginning of the next.
He also says while we wait, everyone is expected to wear masks, wash your hands, and practice social distancing. And here's something happening tomorrow morning. The Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank is partnering with State Reps Larry Selders and Ted James to give away free food and masks. This distribution event is happening at the MLK Community Center on
Stand by,
Gus Young
Steve.
Avenue. Again, that begins tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Pretty quiet locally, keeping an eye on the tropics. I'll have the latest coming up.
Stocks. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Here's the open.
From the First Alert Weather Center, meteorologist Dr. Steve Caparata with your First Alert forecast.
Good afternoon, everyone. Overall, radar's been a good bit quieter around the area today. Just a few showers showing up right now. We've had a little more action down along the coast. Storm diminishing now just south of Dulac. We do have a shower that's bubbled up near Patterson. Some rain here in Vermilion Parish near Kaplan, Abbeville. We take it closer to Metro Baton Rouge. All is dry around the metro area. A shower that's now dissipating here in St. Helena Parish. One more in southeastern Amite County. That is about it. Live look from our Sky 9 camera, Port Allen, looking back towards the city. Brought to you by Our Lady of the Lake. 94 degrees at the airport, so another day in the mid-90s. Yesterday we hit 96. That was the second warmest temperature we've seen so far this summer. Feels like 101 right now. Winds out of the west at 12 miles per hour. Low to mid-90s area-wide. Bogalusa the hot spot at 95. Gonzales, New Roads checking in at 93. Heat index values becoming more of a factor between 100 and 105 in some areas. Patterson, I should say, home of the hot spot with the heat index of 105, feels like 103 right now in Patterson. It's going to stay warm outside this evening. A few isolated showers and storms through about sunset. After that, we should be dry. Mid-80s at 8 o'clock down to around 80 at midnight. Another muggy start in the morning. We start out in the mid-70s. Quickly climb to 90 or above by lunchtime tomorrow with a spotty shower. And rain chances tomorrow again around 30%. So again tomorrow, highs topping out in the mid-90s. The reason we're a bit drier and hotter right now, there's a dome of high pressure that's kind of built overhead. Now the core of it is a little bit to our west. You see where it's almost cloud-free here in Texas, but we're under its influence. Should hold on for another day, and then it starts to shift back to the west. So by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, rain chances on the way up. Making headlines nationally today, a derecho, this long-lived line of severe storms and wind damage moving into Chicago at this hour. Midway Airport, I was just looking, reporting the wind gusts to 72 miles per hour right now.
Oh, it was 100 the AP
wind
just
damage
pushed,
in
didn't they?
Iowa, northern Illinois. That's going to continue, it looks like, into the evening. Now, let's update you on the tropics. Gulf of Mexico, pretty quiet. Caribbean, pretty quiet. The Eastern Pacific, very active right now. Looks like that's going to be the case for the next week or so. But into the Atlantic, looks like 3 separate tropical waves we're watching out here. This is the one we're watching most closely. Already got some tumbling motion to it, but we have some satellite products that can kind of show us what the winds are doing closer to the surface. Right now, they say closer to the surface, the circulation not very well organized. Now, development chances at 60%. However, we think as it gets farther west, a little bit closer to the Caribbean, conditions become less favorable. So hopefully not a big deal, but we'll be keeping an eye on it. Tomorrow, very similar to today, but by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, rain chances 50 to 60%. That should give us a little heat relief. Highs in the low 90s by the weekend. We have our typical summer stuff. Rain chances around 40%. Highs in the low 90s. And on into next week, we'll continue with those scattered afternoon storms and highs in the low 90s. Liz?
All right, Steve, thank you. Tired of waiting on a deal from Congress? Well, the president took action this weekend. So what does that mean for your money? We're breaking that down for you after this. It's 4:15.
All right, traffic alert for you right now. The left lane is blocked on I-10 East, just past Washington Street. That's going to cause some delays coming in from West Baton Rouge. There you see the slowdowns now on the bridge.
And let's go when you're ready. Nice. Nice job, guys. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's the reopen.
You're watching 9 News at 4.
Hey, are you confused about the president's executive order? Well, that makes 2 of us. But our team has been combing through our news sources so I can help you break down what it means for your money. Now, we're going to take you step by step through this. First, let's look at the payroll tax cut. The president is suspending the federal payroll tax for Americans making less than $100,000. It would be money that's usually paid into Social Security and Medicare. Also, as a payroll tax cut, it will be on your employer to pass the savings down to you. Some businesses may hang on to the savings because that money would still be due next year. The president says he will forgive the deferred payment payback if he is reelected on November 3rd, but that would actually be on Congress to waive. Now, next on our list, for all of you in between jobs, the president's plan to extend unemployment benefits. So for those of you who've been collecting that extra $600, well, you'll see that check go down. Instead, the president wants to give unemployed Americans an extra $400 a week. Here's the kicker. He's leaving it up to states to chip in $100 of that money. But many states say they simply don't have it. There's still a chance the federal government could pick up the whole tab if governors request it. So where is that money coming to pay that extra unemployment? Well, he would pull $44 billion from FEMA. Now, the third item to help out those of you struggling to pay your bills, particularly student loans. The president will extend 0% interest on student loans. That means there'll be a pause on your student loan payments and interest through December 31st. On another note, the president says he wants to prevent evictions, but his order only directs federal agencies to see if halting evictions is necessary. But in reality, Trump's executive action does not explicitly provide funds to help homeowners and renters. There could also be legal challenges, but the Trump administration says the Justice Department already cleared the actions. Of course, we'll keep you updated if there are any challenges and developments. And if you're looking for more ways to stretch your money, go to wafb.com. We have an entire section called It's Your Money, and we also have that for you on the 9 News app. What does it take to scare Mike Tyson? Get him in the underwater ring with sharks. The video you'll want to tell your friends about coming up.
Your first alert traffic.
And welcome back to 9 News Alert at 4:22, and I've got a pair of traffic alerts for you right now. Looks like our shop temporarily frozen here. I misspoke earlier, so this is I-10 West headed towards the bridge.
Went to the backup server. What's that about?
Here. This is a stalled car. That is causing heavy delays, and then the cars coming off the bridge. We're seeing some rubbernecking delays as they slow down for that. But look at the backups now. We also,
why is ENPS doing
we had another stalled vehicle, maybe an accident near College and Acadian. They just got that cleared, but those two
Kirk, do you see this?
incidents put together now.
I have the blue circle of death.
Back to about the split. So if you're coming into the city right now, watch out. So there you can see it.
No, it just, it's back online now.
The heart of the city, and I can tell you they're closer to the split. And you can also see some delays on I-10 East coming down off the bridge, some rubbernecking delays.
Whatever you think.
That stalled car, but gets a little bit better eastbound.
I'll just tell Steve in his ear whatever we have up. You have what in right now?
That delay, Liz.
Thank you. Mortgage rates have dropped again, hitting another all-time low. And yes,
I'm closing out ENPS and
reopening
reopening it because it's doing weird stuff to me.
But mortgage loan company Freddie Mac says the average interest rate on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage fell to 2.88%.
Sorry, Steve, I wasn't given good cues there. My ENPS locked up, so I had no idea how much time you had.
Fixed-rate mortgage dropped to 2.44%. Freddie Mac says the low rate should strengthen the real estate market. And nearly 4 in 5 credit card holders are concerned about making even a minimum payment on their debt.
Which one do you think it's going to be?
According to a new survey from creditcards.com.
Okay, is it going to be Liz or Steve?
They took on more credit card debt due to the pandemic. Now, the average U.S. household has roughly $5,700 in credit card debt with a minimum payment of $133. And some couples are more eager to say I do than others.
Stand by, Steve, for this tease to break.
Only 38% of engaged couples say they would wait
You can
out
talk
the
about
pandemic to have
another look at weather or whatever you want here. It will be a traffic cam, though.
Nearly half said they would cut costs by slashing the guest list. And 1 in 5 said they would consider a virtual wedding. Steve?
All right, Liz, still tracking this. The left lane blocked on I-10 West near Dalrymple, headed towards downtown. Heavy delays, so watch out for that. We'll have one more check on your forecast as well coming up.
Okay, guys, we are still about 30 seconds under. So, Steve, if you want me to move that traffic camera back down, we can do it when you do your final weather. Another look at that.
Okay.
But here's how this break's going to go, though. I do need you to be socially distanced. We're 2 minutes out. Socially distanced at a 2-shot on the set, if you don't mind, Steve.
Okay, but you're going to pull up the traffic cam, you guys, or do I need to put it in max?
Put it in max if you can.
Okay, got it.
Yes, yes, that's
max
perfect.
1 here?
Yes. Let's see. Yes, maximum.
Are you going to want to do another look at weather or another look at traffic first?
Probably
Which order?
traffic seems to
Okay,
be-
perfect. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. We're going to come out, Mike Tyson, Sotvo, Mike Tyson, Sotvo. So we've got 2 Sotvos there. Then y'all get to laugh about him, chat about it for a minute. Actually for about 15, 20 seconds.
All right.
Then in that chat, Liz, there's a spot that says, here's a look at what's coming up on 9 News at 5. We're 1 minute out.
Okay.
And then in the continue VO, we can say, Steve, a final look at, let's take one more look at that traffic situation.
Cool.
I'll guide y'all through it. 30 seconds, guys. Okay.
Ten seconds.
10 seconds, guys. Coming straight to the SOT.
5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
you're up.
How you feeling, Mike? I'm scared to death. Okay. Just relax and focus on Okay. What the hell am I doing?
So Mike Tyson knocked out a shark. Well, kind of. The boxing legend appeared on Discovery Channel Shark Week last night. Iron Mike faced a variety of sharks in a 3-round setup, each round with a different scenario. So by round 3, he put one to sleep with his bare hands. Take a look.
Mike, she's coming behind you.
Look at that.
So with the help of an expert, Tyson used a special move to temporarily freeze it in a state of tonic immobility. He did not face Jaws, but faced his fears and came out with a victory. How about that?
No thanks. How's that for you?
I think you could do that.
I'm sure I could, but don't want to.
Well, I'm telling you, I think the shark took one look at his face, the face tattoo, and the tonic immobility, that scared it off enough in itself.
What am I doing down here? That kind of set it off.
Precisely, exactly that. Well, here's a look at what's coming up at 5 o'clock.
Hey, while we don't know what LSU football will look like exactly just
Nice job,
yet,
guys.
some of the fears of the season being canceled or even no fans in the stands means that some groups stand to lose substantial amounts of money. The groups that I'm talking
We're about
are
a
the
minute 30
nonprofits that sell
left in the
concessions
show.
in Tiger Stadium. Now, these groups use that money to help fund projects and camps and a bunch of other activities that they do throughout the year. Tonight at 5 and 6, I talked to
Steve, do
some
you want
Boy
us to
Scouts
take you
who
full after
say that
traffic,
money
or do you have
has
a weather
helped them
graphic or
a lot
anything?
in becoming Eagle Scouts, and they're sorry if any of that money is
Did you
lost, because that
understand
might
that?
mean that future scouts don't have the same opportunities that they have.
I'm
For
sorry.
now, I'm Austin Kemper, WAFB 9 News. Back to you.
All right, Austin, thank you. That's in just about 30 minutes right here on WAFB. One last look at the traffic, Steve.
All right, Liz, we got a big problem right now. I-10 West near Dalrymple, the left lane is blocked. This is causing heavy delays coming into the city, back to the split. You can also see on the right
45 in
side, that's
show.
coming off the bridge into Baton Rouge. Look at the slowdown, starting to see some rubbernecking delays there. So heavy traffic building on I-10 in both directions. And our weather tomorrow looks a lot like today. A few showers and storms, very hot outside.
30 in show.
With much better rain chances ahead Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And
Is
then
that
by
on
the
max
weekend,
one?
kind of our typical
I don't know
summer
if you can
stuff
take
with
it this
scattered,
late. I'm sorry.
mainly afternoon storms.
All right, well, he'll have more
20.
for you at 9 News at 5. Again, that's in just 30 minutes of our show. We appreciate you joining
15.
us here on 9 News Alert at 4. Amanda Kitch will be back tomorrow. Steve, I appreciate you.
I'm going to put a shark to sleep right
10.
now. May or may not see you at 5.
We'll
8,
see.
7,
It's awesome.
6,
I think you can
5, 4,
What was it like?
3,
He just grabbed
2,
it.
1, and we're out.